Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Vinegar from Tarhee Trails Computer Lab. And today you are going to learn how to create stop motion animation video in Google Slides. I typically teach this lesson to fifth graders, but students in third and fourth grade should be familiar enough with Google Slides to be able to create their own animations. Stop motion animation is a series of pictures with slight changes from one picture to the next that, when played together quickly, simulate movement. This can be created in many ways. See if you can find the stop motion in the Dogman books. So let's go ahead and get started on our stop motion animation in Google Slides. First thing you need to do, log into your school account, go to the Google Apps icon, select Slides for Google Slides. That will take you to this window. We're going to start with a blank slide or a blank presentation. Now, when this first comes up, it's going to come up with a couple things. We can close the themes box. We need to get rid of these text box. We do not need them in here. So I'm just going to take my mouse to a corner and I'm going to left click and hold and then drag. As you notice, it starts creating its own little box. And drag and make sure I have at least those those text boxes within my window. They don't have to be fully inside the window, just at least enough to select them. Once I have them both in there, I let go of my mouse and you'll notice that both of the text boxes are selected. I'm going to press the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of the text boxes. Now would be a good time to pause this video, go open a new Google Slides presentation, get rid of those text boxes, and then come back to the lesson. Now that those are gone, we need to change our background. I highly recommend that you use a background for the main part of your picture, because once you start doing the slides and copying and pasting and moving things, you want to try to make sure you're not moving your background. That happens a lot with people. So to change our background, we're going to go up to where it says background on the toolbar. When we click on it, you guys, most of you should be familiar with doing the color change, but I believe in third, fourth, and fifth grade, I have also taught how to change the image as well. So we're going to do that by clicking on choose image. And then we need to do a Google image search. Click on Google's image search, and we are going to search for our images. What type of stop motion animation are you going to create? I usually do a holiday theme with my students when I teach them how to do this in fifth grade, because I do teach it earlier in the school year. So I will teach them using Halloween or Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I will tell them to search for something that has to do with those themes. Since it is springtime, I was thinking Mother's Day is coming up, or we can also make some type of spring themed animation and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do a field, maybe a field of flowers as my background. I type in field of flowers, I press the enter key, and it automatically searched. Let's go ahead and go with this one right here. Select it, click insert. Hopefully it's inserting it right now. And yep, there it is. And then I'm going to click done. So I now have my background. This is the start of my animation. I'm going to have just a plain background. Now would be a good time to pause this video, go change your background, and then come back to the lesson. So what I need to do is I need to go over to the left side where my slides are, click on that first slide so it highlights the first slide. And now I need to copy the slide and paste it, because I want to start out with just a blank field and then I'm going to add some things to it. Now I can copy and paste this field in a couple, or this image in a couple ways, or this slide in a couple ways. I can right click on the slide. That's the right click of your mouse. It's the one that you guys are not used to using. When I right click, I get a menu that comes up and I can find the copy option in this menu. Now you notice right next to the copy option, it does have the shortcut key for how to copy it, which is pressing and holding the control key and then tapping the letter C. You can use that with a lot of different things to copy items. Now I want you to pay attention because after I copy this item, I'm going to paste it so that I will have 2 of these items. And the paste shortcut key is Control and the V key. So I'm going to talk you through it as I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the copy button this time. And then I'm going to right click down below. And then I'm going to click paste. So now I have 2 of my slides. Now I need to start adding the things that I plan on having move in my stop motion animation. The first thing I want a butterfly to be flying over this field of flowers. So I'm going to go up to the toolbar. You guys should be familiar with this. I'm going to click Insert Image, and then I'm going to search the web for an image. So I'm going to click Insert Image and then search the web. That's going to bring up a search box on the right side. I'm going to click Butterfly and press enter. Now I did this way because I want to show you something that's really important. If I was to select a pretty butterfly like this one, he's on plants. He looks really pretty. I like him. I believe this might be called a monarch butterfly. Select this image by clicking on it. Gives me a little checkbox that says I want to select it. I'm going to come down to the insert button. And when it inserts it into my image, notice that background doesn't really fit with my field that I already have here. It looks just off. It looks weird. So I definitely don't want to use that butterfly. So I'm going to click on this image, make sure that just this image of the butterfly is selected. I'm going to press the delete key on my keyboard. That got rid of the image of the butterfly for me. Now I'm going to show you the right way to search for images when you are trying to do a stop motion animation. Yes, I want to do a search for butterfly, but I want a transparent, move my mouse so you can see it, transparent, transparent. And look at it, it's even showing it right here, transparent background. I'm going to click on that. It's going to search. And now you'll notice that most of these butterflies that show up do not have a background. Now, that's not always the case. As you see down here, some of these do have backgrounds, but it will try to find a transparent background image for you if it can. I am going to come down here and pick this. Let's start with this butterfly right here. I really like this black and white butterfly. So I'm going to click on the butterfly, and I want to first look and view this image before I go insert, because I might be wasting my time if it's not truly transparent. So to do that, at the bottom of that butterfly image, there is a little search magnifying glass to preview the image. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to pull it up to preview it. Now, when you look at this, you're going to say, well, Mrs. Vinegar, that's not a transparent background. It has a bunch of squares, gray and white squares behind it. That's perfect, actually. Those gray and white squares indicate that it is a transparent background. So this is exactly what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Insert button to insert the butterfly into my image. And as you'll see, we can actually see through the butterfly to the field, and it does not have a background. I'm going to make this butterfly kind of small because usually butterflies are not gigantic things that take up over half of my screen or in a field. And I'm going to put it all the way to the edge of this slide. So this is where he's going to start slowly moving in. So if you can notice that right here, he's just got a very tip of his wing. I can also get a preview over here and see just that tip showing up right there. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to have moving in. This is a good place to stop. Add your images with transparent backgrounds to your slides. Once you've done that, maybe take a break and then go to my next video in the series, Stop Motion Animation 2.